Doing this with 30 degrees is so stupid. I'm literally dying.
Sometimes I don't have the best ideas, but I usually try them out anyways. Let's take a look at how it all started.
Today I will try to do an Ironman bike distance, 180 kilometers on a mountain bike.
The route I planned is from my home village around Lake Lucerne and back. The lake is quite big and really beautiful. I thought it would be interesting to do it on my mountain bike because it makes this challenge much harder.
Say anything you wanna, say everything you wanna say.
I'm trying to cover as much distance as possible in the morning because in the afternoon it will get really hot, about 30 degrees I think.
I got up really early because I knew that this challenge would take the whole day. I was quite happy about that decision because it was very pleasant to ride in the morning. I was not looking forward to the hot temperatures in the afternoon, so I pushed and tried to do a lot of distance in the morning. At this point I was already very close to Lucerne.
Make it last, do anything you wanna, do everything you wanna do.
So far I'm at 35 kilometers, which took me 2 hours. It's really fun. The Couple Bridge, really famous here in Lucerne.
After I left Lucerne, it was the first time I was riding right by the lake. It's so nice to have public paths right by the lake here in Switzerland. It would be a shame if it was all private, because as you can see, it's just incredibly beautiful. I was considering to take a break and enjoy the view, but I decided to keep riding for a few kilometers.
Time for the first break. I already burned 1,500 calories and did 57 kilometers. Time to eat something.
You don't need no card trick, you don't need no sleight of hand, don't need a rabbit or a hat.
I was really happy with the progress I had made so far. After my first bigger break and eating some snacks, I had new energy to continue. The first climb awaited me, but as it was small, it was very easy, especially because of the break I had just taken. And the good news is that after every climb there is a descent.
Makes me wanna fly. I used to be a skeptic, but you're making me believe every little thing you do is magic to me. Oh, I hope you know.
I really liked the route because the view of the lake was just amazing. It was also really nice that going around the lake and back home was pretty much 180 kilometers, making it perfect for this challenge. However, around noon I found out that the route I had planned wasn't perfect.
I have to go a few kilometers back. The route I planned is really stupid.
The problem was that the road was a dead end. At the end of the road there were only a few hiking trails that were way too steep. After riding back to Beckenried, I decided to stay on the main road. The climb that awaited me was definitely the hardest one so far. It was about 400 meters in altitude, which is not even that much, but with every minute it was getting warmer and warmer.
Oh, I hope you know I'd be the assistant in your Vegas show.
Made it to the top, let's go! I made it. This climb was really brutal because it's really hot in the meantime. Now I will try to find some lunch.
I was really hungry and the food was very tasty. This was my biggest break so far and ideal for recharging my batteries. Soon after the break, I reached a big milestone.
100 kilometers, motivated to keep pushing.
As a reward for reaching 100 kilometers, I was treated with an awesome descent. Even though it's scary at times, I love riding that fast. It's just so much fun. The problem was that the street suddenly ended and that I had to continue on a hiking trail.
Now it gets interesting. This trail is definitely not made for bikes. Let's see if I can ride it.
A few moments later.
Here are some stairs, so now I need to push.
On this section here, I had to push the bike for about half an hour. Luckily, it didn't take too long.
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life. Point is enjoying who you share it with.
After pushing my bike and losing some time, I was very happy to be able to cover more distance again. It was extremely beautiful to ride on this gravel trail right by the lake. The only downside was that the path was quite narrow, but luckily there weren't many hikers I had to overtake.
The time is who you spend it with. Joy is who you share it with.
I'm now at the point that is the farthest away from home, and I think I should have eaten a little bit less for lunch. My belly feels quite heavy.
At least I knew that it would get better with time, and the good thing was that I had less stuff to carry. Let me briefly show you the bike setup I used for this challenge. I had 2 water bottles on my bike and I put my backpack on the luggage rack. Especially on a hot day like this is a great advantage because you don't sweat as much when you are not carrying the backpack. In that moment, I was quite happy about that decision as the sun was beating down on me. So the best thing was to keep riding to have a continuous airstream. I had to enjoy it as the next climb awaited me soon. This ascent is necessary because it is forbidden to cycle on the road from Sisikon to Brunnen.
Second uphill, this one will be very steep and it's so hot now.
As you can see from the elevation profile, this climb was by far the steepest one of the whole tour. On top of that, it was about 400 meters in altitude.
Doing this with 30 degrees is so stupid. I'm literally dying.
This ascent was by far the hardest part of the tour. Besides the steepness, the temperature made it almost unbearable. I'm not lying when I say that I was sweating like a waterfall.
Would I be the same if I go down? Am I the one to blame? Oh, what's the point?
I finally made it to the top. I'm so sweaty now This was definitely the hardest part of the tour so far, but now I'm really looking forward to the downhill. Let's go! Woo!
Feeding on the floor of the gratification train. Just one more step.
It was an awesome feeling to ride downhill after this brutal ascent. I really deserved it. In these moments, I just feel free. When I reached the bottom, I had to ride on the road as there was no bicycle path. At first I thought that this part of the tour would be very annoying because of the traffic, but luckily there were almost no cars at all. I was also able to cover a lot of distance as it was relatively flat.
Now I will eat some snacks and then continue.
When I do these challenges, I'm always amazed at how much you can do in one single day when you get up early. Also, I feel really privileged that I can even do things like that.
I'm now about to leave the Vierwaldstättersee. I'm at 155 kilometers and I'm really surprised how well I still feel. My goal is to get home before it gets dark. I think I can make it.
I did this challenge because I'm considering to do an Ironman, so I thought it might be better to do one of the disciplines first to see how hard it is. Considering that the average bike speed for an Ironman is almost twice as fast, I'm still very skeptical about whether I should try it or not. But only those who try will find out. And of course I have to keep in mind that I was riding a mountain bike and not a road bike.
What's the point of trying anyhow? Oh, what's the point of trying anyhow?
So I'm finished, I made it. I did an Ironman bike distance on a mountain bike in one single day. I'm really proud of myself. It was really fun, a beautiful day, and I am really surprised that I'm not more exhausted. Like my legs, my ass, everything is still fine. I can really recommend to try it as well. So I challenge you to also leave your comfort zone and maybe try 50, 100 or whatever you feel comfortable with. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.
Oh, what's the point of trying?